throughout Monmouth County.
Rice, cheese, and powdered milk were distributed to needy people as part of a government food giveaway program sponsored by Monmouth County Checkmate. The food is donated by the Department of Agriculture and distributed by Checkmate 4 times a year. The program serves 12,000 residents who must fill out registration forms prior to receiving the food. In order to qualify, residents must be currently receiving assistance from one of several government aid programs, such as Medicaid, welfare, Social Security, food stamps, unemployment, or women with infant children. Income levels must be also met. One of the distribution sites was located at Liberty Oak Park in Freehold Township. Eleanor Brock is community coordinator for the area.
Checkmate is the community action agency for Monmouth County. This agency has been designated by the Board of Freeholders, and of course it's assisting people throughout Monmouth County. I would say people that's in need of poverty-stricken people.
Now you're distributing food today. What other things do you do?
Oh, in addition to that, we have many, many other services that we provide. We have our weatherization department, which weatherizes the person's home up to a certain amount of money, which is free. We have clothing. We have food not only just today, but we have ongoing food pantries in each of our offices throughout the county. So I would say on a daily or weekly basis, clients visit the offices, and social service agencies also contact us to help and assist some of their clients. We have clothing, we have limited medical transportation, and certainly we have a new van that we have selected to serve the people that in the rural areas. It's sort of off its own wheels. We're very, very happy about this piece of equipment, and we are hoping to get to the isolated areas throughout the Western Monmouth area.
Checkmate also runs a daycare center in Freehold and operates the Monmouth County Shelter for the Homeless at Fort Monmouth in Eatontown. All services are free. Cindy Smith reports tonight from the Neptune Township Planning Board.
Many who attended last night's meeting wanted to hear about the ongoing issue of Tides Motel in Ocean Grove. However, Chairman Peter Stagg says a misunderstanding from an undetermined source led people to believe that last night the issue was up for discussion when it wasn't. Tides Motel is listed on the April 22nd agenda, and that issue centers around an application requesting to tear down the existing motel and construct a 3-story high-rise. If approved, Stagg fears a domino effect along the waterfront.
They go all the way to the Cracker Barrel, and they say, oh, that, people are positive on this, but, we've got a lot of people for it, a lot of people against it. They say, oh, that won't happen. Oliver Brothers or whoever owns it is going to keep their land there. I say, oh, nothing's guaranteed, because once you break that virgin turf for something other than the residential, it opens up a can of worms.
So what can they do with that property then if they can't do what they want to do?
My suggestion, the way the market is going with homes, is, and I've looked at it going by there because I only live a couple blocks away, and I'm very concerned about it, is I think that the homes that Mr. Pidger's building over on the south side of the hills are going in excess of $200,000. I don't see why not. 4 houses, a 2-story, with decks and maybe glass windows overlooking the river would certainly bring $250,000. There's $1 million in gross there alone. Not, I don't know what the cost factor would be to build them, but there's $1 million right there, and would get rid of the old Tides Motel.
As for last night, a public hearing on an application for a major subdivision resumed. Diversified Production wants to build over a dozen homes on 8.7 acres of land off of Wayside Road. However, residents within the residential area complained last night of the possibility of an increase in traffic and potential hazards to the neighborhood children. The developers are reevaluating their plan, and they may make some amendments. A special meeting is set for April 8th when the hearing will pick up once again. Now, Chairman Stagg says that traffic is only one issue among many in the township.
My concerns were the recreational areas, our traffic input, the parking problem in Ocean Grove, the green and open spaces for wildlife and vegetation, and all the rest, making sure that we're on the right track, because we saw a tremendous growth in 1986. with applications and development, and this year has started out the same. In other words, it really hasn't stopped. We're still rolling on the same phases. We've been meeting sometimes twice a month.
And Peter, what about schooling?
I don't see any impact on the schools. From what I understand, our schools are still maintaining a level, if not decreasing. Most of the townhouse development is of people like the one, there's a possible planned unit development out in Jumping Brook, which is strictly in the talking stage right now. And they're 48 years and above with no children.
And at this point, an overview of the master plan for the next decade in the township is being prepared. Like many other municipalities, Neptune Township is faced with a development boom. However, the planning board says that they're reviewing each and every application carefully so that the residential setup of the township is not ruined by condos and high-rises. Reporting from Neptune Township, I'm Cindy Smith, TV 34 News.
A photographic exhibit of the works of Estelle Nyes is currently on display at Brookdale Community College in Lincroft.
Nyes is a former student at Brookdale. She also attended Monmouth College and the Maine Photo Workshop. Her work is currently on display in the Applied Humanities Building at Brookdale. Nyes says surface beauty is not her goal. Capturing the moment is.
I find that I might see an interesting person on the street, in his shop, and there is an essence about him that comes across to me that I tried to capture.
Nyes has studied with Life magazine photographer Bernie Hoffman, and her work has frequently won accolades. She received a second-place award at the First State Juried Expo, and last year she received the Gene Townsend Award. Surprisingly, this talented photographer discovered the art of photography by accident.
I found that I needed some courses. I had nothing in my background in college, in my undergraduate work, that had any artwork at all. And they were offering photography at Monmouth College, and I decided to take it. And I found that I loved it. It was wonderful.
Do you need a special talent to be a good photographer?
It depends on what you mean by good. I think there are a lot of good photographers. I think what differentiates a photographer is his eye. Some people have an innate ability to see, and some people don't.
The exhibit at Brookdale Community College in Lincroft will run from now till April 16th. Jackie Murray reports tonight from the MCOSS Well Baby Clinic in Neptune Township.
Every weekday, somewhere in Monmouth County, the Monmouth County Office of Social Services Visiting Nurse Service conducts a Well Baby, Well Child clinic. Fees are charged on a sliding scale basis, and they also accept Medicaid. On arrival, the first stop is the weigh-in, where the child is checked to see that growth is progressing within normal limits. 4-year-old Valerie Blackman is doing just fine, thank you. Then it's on to the growth and development nurse, where further screening is done by interviewing the mother or guardian. Note that there are blocks on the desk in front of the child. A younger child might grab for the blocks immediately, but this young man seems far too interested in what's being said. The main event of the day, however, is visiting the doctor. MCOSS has an agreement with Monmouth Medical Center where attending pediatricians come to the clinic to examine the children. Today, Dr. Paul Farrell will examine 7-1/2-month-old Shakia Chisholm, who seems to be enjoying the whole thing.
Man, I would just lie down and take a quick look in her ears, since she's a little congested.
While Mom listens intently to advice about caring for her baby.
This is not bad in her mouth at all, and I think that better part of me would just say, leave it alone. It'll probably take care of itself.
And now that it's all over, time to go home for a well-deserved nap. The MCOSS clinic also counsels mothers about other aspects of child care, including poison prevention.
I also have here some handouts on what if a poisoning occurs, emergency first aid for children. And this particular little brochure here includes some peel-off stickies for your telephone with the National Poison Control hotline. It's a toll-free number. Should a poisoning occur, you just dial this number immediately and tell them what the child has swallowed.
Tomorrow, I'll continue my report from the MCOSS clinic, and we'll find out what the county is doing about a persistent danger to children, lead poisoning. From Asbury Park, I'm Jackie Murray reporting for TV 34 News.
That's our news for this March 26, 1987. For all of us here at TV 34 News, I'm Bob Hartman. Have a good night.